Okay, so let's start with the session for the day. My name is Prasad Kulkarni. I'm a chartered accountant and a CPA. I've been associated with EduPristine for last close to 7 years as a faculty for CPA and CMA. Been in the industry for last 18, 19 years now. Worked in multiple um, organizations across multiple geographies. I've seen the profession very closely as a CPA and as a finance professional also. Looking at evolve over a period of time, um, the demand for CPAs has been rising exponentially. We'll talk about the demand supply also in next couple of minutes. But good to see you guys on a Sunday joining in for this session. So the way in which I will structure this interaction would be, it will be a monologue, unfortunately, since we are doing it virtually. But I will finish off with all the presentation slides. And if you guys have any questions during the session or after the session, just keep posting those questions in the Q&A panel. And after the session is over, I will answer all your questions. And do not hesitate to ask questions. Whatever questions that you have in your mind about CPA, about whatever, about the fees, about the benefits, about growth prospects, opportunities, so on and so forth. I mean, whatever questions you have, studies related, just keep posting them on Q&A. I'll make sure that I answer all of your questions. Um, and I hope to see you guys again during our live classes also. So let me start the session with a quick introduction about CPA. Okay. CPA, as you know, I mean, it's the pinnacle of the finance profession. It is conducted by AICPA, USA, and over a period of time, it has grown leaps and bounds. Okay, because of the global um, migration of work, of jobs, of skills, of opportunities, the on-siting, the offshoring, and uh, what do you call business migration that has happened over a period of time since last maybe 2 decades, okay, has opened up multiple opportunities for CPA. In India, in US, of course, it is one of the prime finance professions, one of the best, highly remunerated, and greatly respected. Uh, so the globalization has led to a significant uh, changes in the way we were doing business, in the way we were doing uh, or the managing the finance activities. Now the dimensions of this are very different. The US companies working in India, Indian companies listing in the US or working in the US. Now the world has become very flat. There is ample opportunity. Every organization would like to grow organically, inorganically, and into multiple geographies, so that their return on investment or their return on capital is amplified. Return to shareholders is also amplified. Uh, and that's the reason why companies go for globalization. And that's how companies go for globalization. And this has led to a significant demand supply. It's a skewed supply and demand situation right now. The demand is massive, but the supply is still on a very lower side. And that's why CPAs are in great demand today. So we are at the right time, at the right place. Only thing is we need to have that CPA qualification under our belt. Okay, if you are able to do that, CPA course can be a game changer, life changer, career accelerator, and you would be able to climb the corporate ladders much more faster. So globalization has led to that. The work profiles of CPAs has also changed dramatically and drastically. Uh, the traditional accounting per se, I mean, it still continues to be there, but most of the non-core activities within finance also, okay, are it's being offshored or outsourced. And companies try to focus on the key cream activities. Maybe corporate financing would be one such area. Mergers and acquisitions would be another such area. Business planning would be another such area. analysis would be another such area. So there are very cream niche roles which are carved out for finance professionals. And globalization has led to all this change in the way we look at finance functions per se. Okay. And CPAs are very well equipped to manage and handle the kind of compliances that organizations have to go through in multiple geographies, in multiple countries. Okay. Even for that matter, in the US also, are enormous. A person who most well suited to manage this complex, dynamic, evolving, emerging compliance metrics, I think CPAs would be the best suited for that role. Okay. So employment of accountants and auditors to grow faster than through 2020 than for any other occupation. Now, this is a well-known fact. Most of the CPAs who got into the profession maybe 25, 30 years, they're on the verge of retirement. And that vacuum that is going to get created is going to add another problem also. Or it's going to give a different opportunity, or it's going to open a big opportunity for many aspiring CPAs, okay, or many people who want to get into that or find a niche, find a place in that vacuum. Okay. There are changes in technology and regulatory environment. As I mentioned earlier, the outsourcing, offshoring kind of activities which has happened. Most of the merchant banks or banks in the US are doing their non-core activities. Their non-core activities, finance, financial planning, or payroll, so on and so forth, are being done over here in India. The regular data entry operations are being done over here in India. Their back offices are here in India. Now that is to manage all of those activities. Also, you need very qualified people. How do we manage or migrate those activities from the US to India, or vice versa, or from any country to any country? I think that needs specialized skills, which a CPA typically would be commanding. I think I'm saying commanding, okay, not just they will have the knowledge, they will be able to command those skills. Higher earnings potential over the course of their career. So estimated US dollars 1 million. So imagine a career span of 30, 25, 30 years or 30, 40 years, or career of incremental earnings of over $1 million, which are astronomical, astounding. Okay. And that's why, I mean, one of the reasons why many students actually ask me, why should I do CPA? Now, I know it's a very cliched answer, but apart from the growth opportunities, the growth in monetary terms also is massive. Okay. So, we want to help businesses, and we also would like to earn a very good amount, and that's the subject. The CPAs would command a very high compensation in the industry, okay, because of the knowledge, the subject matter expertise that they carry along with them. So the supply and demand right now today as we speak is extremely favorable for a CPA, provided the person is a CPA. So if we are not able to grab that opportunity, maybe 5-10 years later, we may introspect, but may not be able to do much about it. That's why we are right now in the right time and the right space. So make sure that you use this opportunity to leverage your skills, leverage your education or academic credentials, which will take you to a higher orbit in your career. So as I said, CPA is a career accelerator. It's not just an accelerator, but it's an accelerator with great control. You will be able to you will understand when to accelerate, when to stop, when to maneuver, the way in which you would maneuver your career. I think CPA is that accelerator and control in your hands. You will be able to take it, guide it to whichever destination you want. That's why it's a game changer, life changer, and it's will certainly amplify your growth, your career to new levels. What are the skills that are in demand right now? I mean, these are just some 4 or 5 skills which I've mentioned, but there are several skills. Look at the entire finance portfolio, then look at the entire business portfolio, business positions, I'm saying. Now, within finance also, there are some specialized niche areas that are carved out only for CPAs. Business and financial analysis, risk and compliance, audit, financial management and control, treasury and tax. These are all absolutely fantastic skills, and they are the core aspects, core skills that are required. But nowadays, CPAs are doing much more than all the traditional skills. Okay, they are doing a lot of data analysis. They are doing a lot of mergers and acquisitions. They are doing a lot of merchant banking activities too. There are several roles that are created or that are getting created only for CPAs. Again, I repeat, I will use this word. The subject matter expertise that the CPA would carry would be unparalleled. Okay. The understanding of business, the understanding of business decisions, the understanding of impact on business decisions on financial statements, financials of the organization in the short term and in the long term and in the medium term, the CPA would be extremely well suited to comprehend and articulate it to the management. Thereby, the decision-making process of the organization, the management will also become very simple, very effective, very efficient, and very relevant. Without any information, without any proper data, without any analysis of that data, a decision taken can lead to chaos. To avoid that chaos, a CPA would be able to do that analysis very effectively. Okay. Benefits and opportunities, I spoke about it. Relevance of US CPA, it's US multinational corporations working in India, they need CPAs because all the financial data that gets generated in whichever country of a US multinational corporation has to be given back to the parent in terms of financial statements, US GAAP, Ind GAAP conversion to US GAAP, so on and so forth. So all those companies need people who have an understanding of Indian accounting standards as well as the US GAAP. Now, that's a great combination or a deadly combination, I would say, so that they would be able to comprehend what are the changes that are happening in Indian GAAP and US GAAP. They would be able to do a proper evaluation and do a proper conversion as per the requirements of US GAAP. That's a very cream, prime, niche role for a CPA. Foreign corporations listing on US exchanges. Now, Indian companies, they talk about TCS, Tech Mahindra, or whichever, all top companies would have some presence in or the other, either by way of doing business over there or by way of listing in those geographies, countries. They need CPAs. They need people who have an understanding of US GAAP and how to do, again, ship the financial statements back to Indian corporations. Now, all these things need CPAs who have understanding of the complex tax regimes, the complex compliances, the complex financial standards, okay, which they would be able to handle with proper care, okay. So financial statements, for it to be in safe hands, the CPA is the best suited guy. Relatively short time to complete. I mean, CPA, if you look at the cost benefit analysis, the cost that you would incur vis-a-vis the time that you would complete and the exponential gains that you would have by way of employment, etc., are incredibly good in favor of doing the course. So everything as a CPA, the most important thing that we do is cost benefit analysis or risk versus benefits. Okay, what is the risk? Either you become a CPA, okay, or you don't become a CPA. But if you become a CPA, what are the benefits? Is the time and the cost that you incur to become a CPA significantly lesser than the benefit that would accrue to you over your lifetime. Now that's the benefit. Now, if those benefits are amplified, if they are rational benefit, 2 lakh kharcha kiya, 3 lakh mil gaye, I think that may not be a very good way of looking at it. But if you look at the incremental benefits, I think that curve keeps always growing. And that's what is the most important aspect of CPA. You do the CPA course, you start the CPA course from day one. Within a year and a half, 18 months is the max time that you should be able to use or commit yourself for the course. But once you commit that 18 months or maybe 24 months, 18 to 20 months, you commit yourself wholeheartedly with complete focus, and then there is no reason why you would not become a CPA. So it's within a year and a half, you complete the course and you are ready to explore. Okay, diverse opportunities. Now the demand for US CPAs, not just in the US, but across the globe. It's the pinnacle of the profession as far as the accounting is concerned, as far as finance is concerned. CPAs are considered to be at the pinnacle of the profession. And the subject matter expertise, no doubt about that. They are fantastic. But apart from that, their learning abilities are also very amplified or far greater vis-a-vis other professions. Okay, you have opportunities in India now. You have opportunities in the Middle East. You have opportunities in the African continent. You have opportunities in Europe also. Japan, I believe, is opening up. So there are a lot of opportunities which are right now getting created in Japan. I a couple of months ago, actually, just before the lockdown, I was talking to one of my ex-colleagues. He happens to be a Japanese guy. He said in Japan there is a great demand for CPAs, but the only challenge that these people are having right now, they want CPAs, but Language is a problem. So people who have a CPA plus Japanese language understanding, I think they would be they would receive a red carpet welcome in Japan. Now these are terrific times for us to, I mean, opportunities are just passing by us, by our side. Only thing is, how do we grab those opportunities? We need to have those tools, okay, or those nets to grab those opportunities. That net is nothing but the CPA qualification. Okay, so those opportunities are terrific right now. And post COVID also, there is a lot of dynamics, or there is a lot of change that has happened. And again, the demand is going to be amplified. Global recognition and reputation. Again, no need to overemphasize this. It's one of the most respected, highly paid, highly compensated courses across the globe. Okay, the people who are CPAs command a very strong leadership. They are business savvy. They understand the business decisions very well. They will be able to comprehend decisions, not just level 1, level 2, but they will be able to look into the future and what could be the impact of a decision taken today, maybe 3, 4, 5 years later. Now that foresight, I think, comes with experience and good knowledge, good education. CPA is that good education which will at least help you in comprehending those decisions and the impact of those decisions into the future. Communication skills, I think being good in numbers, being good in uh, what do we call subject matter, I think you will have the clarity to communicate, to provide people with crystal clear answers. I think that's the hallmark of any successful profession. If you are not able to articulate the impact of any decision, I think everything gets lost in transition. Now, CPA, because of his ability to understand and comprehend numbers, comprehend business decisions, he would be able to articulate it very efficiently and effectively. And that's why most of the CPAs, you will see the communication skills are very superior, very good. Okay, they have technical know-how also. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the outsourcing and offshoring activities, the migration of skills, jobs across multiple countries right now. It's not just US to India, but it's also happening in multiple other ways also. Now, it needs a lot of technology. Most of the companies now are technology driven. If you do not understand technology as a CPA, as a finance guy, then it may not be appropriate. So you need to have a thorough understanding about technology. I mean, right from the nuts and bolts of technology to the advanced aspects of technology, right to data analysis, data integrity, so on and so forth. I mean, you should be able to how data flows, what are the information systems, so on and so forth. That will add a lot of value to what you are doing, and you would be able to take good decisions for the betterment of the organization. And that's why CPAs are recognized because and respected because of all of these aspects. Okay. Now some sample what do you call job postings or job openings. These are past from the past, may not be at present, but these are just to give you a glimpse about what are the requirements that companies are looking for here in India right now. Barclays have a big data center in India. They are doing a lot of work. There are several thousand people working for Barclays in India. Very niche work, banking work, and they look for qualified accountants, CA, CPA, ACC, and all. CPAs are most in demand right now in most of the US banks operating in India. Okay, be it Barclays, Merrill Lynch, and Merck. Merck is not a bank, but a shipping company. But many of these companies are looking for CPAs. They need CPAs desperately as soon as possible. Okay. Just this is an example of Barclays VP Financial Controller, experience in month-end closure, including balance sheet, IFRS, etc. So as a CPA, I mean, you are not just going to be knowledgeable about as a CPA. I mean, from an academic point of view, you will be provided training or provided education about US GAAP predominantly. But as a CPA, you are not going to be limiting yourself to only US GAAP. You need to learn IFRS. You need to learn India, or if you are in Middle East and other places, you need to learn their GAAP also. You will be able to holistically look at the different dimensions of gaps or sub compliances in various other geographies, and that's what will make you much more in demand, okay, or much more business savvy. McAfee, again from the past, senior accountant looking for CA, CPA, okay, hands-on experience in US GAAP, filing and tax compliance activities will be an added advantage. All these things will come very handy to you. KPMG, I mean, all the big four, big five, okay, KPMG, Deloitte, EY, BDO, all these guys keep looking for CPS. For them, it's a perpetual recurring demand for CPS, okay. Leading infrastructure company in Hyderabad, I guess. Even now, Indian companies have started preferring CPS because they want to do business in US or they want to do listing in US, whatsoever. But the demand for CPS is certainly gathering great momentum. The only thing that we now need to do is we need to have that qualification. If we do not have, we can just see opportunities passing by our side but do nothing. Okay. So any educational qualification for that matter, I keep telling students that education is something that will never go waste. It will be a lifetime skill. So they say that if somebody is hungry, don't give him a fish, but tell him how to do fishing so that it will be perpetual for him. Okay. Same in the education is something you do it one time, but that would be used, you will be able to use it. Okay. It will be available to you forever. And qualification like CPA certainly has that quality. Okay. That it will be with you in perpetuity. It will be useful to you throughout your life. Okay. Professional degree in accounting, preferably professional accounting such as CPA, CI preferred. Amazon has a big center in India, in Bangalore. Okay. They just look for CPAs to manage their humongous accounting function, finance function. Okay. In India, they have a big center in Bangalore, I guess. So familiar with accounting research tool, Ind AS, IFRS, and US GAAP. Okay. Core Energy, Senior Manager Finance and Accounting. CPA, highly desirable. Now, Indian companies, maybe 15, 20 years, this was not the case. If you are a CPA, it's okay. But you were not really invited into the job. If you were a CA and a CPA, great. But if only a CPA, then Indian companies were not very, they were pretty reluctant to just hire a CPA. 15, 20 years ago, I am saying. Today, the scenario has changed completely. If you are a CPA, you are given a red carpet. Welcome. Okay. So BS in accounting or finance, MBA or CPA, highly desirable. Okay. In UAE, again, CPA is a hotbed. I mean, Middle East is a hotbed for CPAs. You just have a CPA, go there, and trust me, no exaggeration, within a week or so, 2 weeks, you will land yourself a job. No exaggeration, just go through Indeed, go through LinkedIn jobs. You will see and just see CPA Dubai. And there are hundreds and thousands of jobs that are posted on a daily basis in Saudi Arabia, in Oman, Bahrain. All these countries, the organizations over there, they keep demanding CPAs, and the compensation in Middle East is terrific. Even in African countries, South Africa or various other Uganda and all those places, Rwanda, there is a great demand for CPAs right now. Al Marwan Group, Internal Audit Manager, UAE. CA, CPA or Masters in Finance Accounting with CI. NTS Group, Controller, MEA and CIS, Dubai. So these are some examples. ACCA, CPA or equivalent, US GAAP and SOX. Now, SOX is one hot topic where, as far as companies who are doing a lot of migration of jobs in multiple countries, SOX compliance is of paramount importance for those companies. Now, if you become a CPA, you would also learn what SOX is, but implementation of SOX, if you're able to get there, I think you would be hot property. Okay. US CPA always in demand, and that's been the case for last at least 20 years that I am seeing. And even before, when we were doing our CA or before around our finance colleges, I mean, during our college time also, CPA was in great demand 25, 27 years ago. Even today, the same scenario happens. The demand is just rising. It has never fallen in the last 25 years or so that I have seen. Hot positions, accounting manager, etc. In demand, sir. The most in demand certification today is the CPA in the US and across the globe also, actually. Even in China, the most sought after qualifications include the Chinese CPA and the American AICPA. Let's look at the CPA exam details. Let me just look at some questions if there are any. I'll talk about the expenses, documentation, the experienced leaders. Yes, we'll talk about all of those questions. Yes. Obtaining your CPA license, you need to have the experience, you need the education, and you have to pass the exam. Every state is unique. So AICPA is the parent body or an association of all the states. Okay, AICPA represents, but every state has its own accounting board. Okay, the accounting board, they manage, the state board manages the accounting profession in that state. But that's not a big challenge, because you can be a CPA from California and practice in New York. That's perfectly fine. You can be a CPA from New York and practice in Texas. That's fine too. Well, there is no harm as such. But you need to be a CPA, and you need to be a you need to register with a particular state. Okay, so you need to apply in a particular state accounting board for the CPA qualification, CPA exam. Once you pass the CPA exams conducted by the AICPA, Uniform CPA exams, then after passing the exams, you have to register with the state board, and you can practice anywhere if you want to. Okay, that means you can get a license from a state, not from any central body as such. Okay, education requirements, they vary among different states. General rule is that they need 150 credit hours, 5 years of college education. In India, typically it is 12 plus 3, but recommended is 12 plus 4, because in US it's like 10 plus 2 plus 4. Their bachelor's is for 4 years. That's why there is this, and our bachelor is for 3 years. So there is a little bit of disconnect over there. But 150 credit hours, if you are able to achieve, then you are good to go. Within which 24 accounting and business credits, bachelor's degree or higher. So I generally recommend at least MCOM part 1 to be completed. Post graduation, if you are postgraduate, nothing like it, you have a free pass. Okay, to apply. A few states allowed 120 or less credit hours to register and appear for the CPA exam. Some states, maybe Colorado or Texas, they are a bit more liberal than states like New York or California. But even California has become pretty liberal of late. We'll talk about state-specific requirements or India-specific, which state is appropriate for us. So if you are an Indian BCom graduate, okay, then Indian 12 plus 3 BCom is considered as a valid qualification by the states of California, Virginia, and Tennessee. So must be a ranking university. So you can note down this link over here, https://application.ws.org/degree equivalency tool, degree dash equivalency dash tool. And there are list of universities, colleges which are allowed or which are accepted. Okay, you can see if your college or if your university has a place in that list. If it is, great. Okay, then you are good to go and apply. For candidates, for MT, candidates must have at least 8 to 9 accounting courses, including financial accounting, auditing, taxation, management accounting taken in second or third year of BCom. So you need to have finance, accounting, auditing subjects as your core subjects during your BCom. Now, if you're a BCom graduate plus some additional qualifications like BCom plus MCom or BCom plus MBA, then you have to apply in Alaska via NIES. So National Institute of Educational Board or something. NIES is a body which evaluates the credentials of students, educational credentials of students. So you have to apply. It's a paid service, but it is exclusively created to cater to the foreign students who wish to do CPA. So they will help you. They will provide you with a list of things that you need to do. You have to provide them with your education certificates, accredited transcripts, etc. And then they will tell you which state would be the most appropriate for you to apply. So you take the credit rate score from them and apply in the state of Alaska. Now Alaska will take cognizance that this course, this credentials are being accredited by NIES. Then it will be a passage for you to apply for the CPA exam in the state of Alaska. Now, if you're a BCom plus CA or ICWA, then California or Alaska, even Colorado, to the best of my knowledge. In fact, I did my CPA from the state of Colorado because that was the only state which was accepting CA as a valid qualification from India. and they were discounting the credential services for CAs. But California or Alaska, so CA is not a participant in the CA. California is not a participant in International Administration of CPA exam. So if you wish to apply from the state of California, the only catch is that you have to go in the US for the CPA exam. You cannot give the CPA exam in Dubai or in India or any other state, any other country except the US. In the US, you can give the exam from whichever state, California, New York, whichever is suitable to you, but it has to be within the US geographies. If you are a BCom plus CA Inter, again Alaska via NIES. Okay, MCom Part 1 completion. So we have done a lot of research as to for Indian students which are the most suitable states. So because the real challenge, okay, starts as to where do I start the application process from. Now, if you go to the NASBA website or to AICPA website, it's a maze. You don't know where to start, how to start, and you just keep stumbling. Either karu, udhar karu. There are multiple parameters. So these are very crystal clear instructions. If you're a BCom, go in the state of California, Virginia, or Tennessee. Just go to the state board. BCom, go to NIES website, submit your credential, pay the fees for NIES, go to and take that credential, take that certification from NIES and apply in the state of Alaska. So this is the evaluation which you are going to get from EduPristine. Now there is a lot of students keep getting stumbled and they waste a lot of time doing the research as to which state should they apply for. So this is in a nutshell. In fact, if you want to take a snapshot of the screen, please do so, because this will be very handy when you actually start your registration process. So this is the website becker.com. If you want to go through Becker's website, they have all state-wise requirements, etc. Or you can go to this way to cpa.com, nasba.org. That is the National Association of State Boards of Accountancy. NASBA is the parent body who conducts the CPA exams. Okay. Steps to becoming CPA exam. Qualify. You need to see what the state requirements are. If your education, your experience is matching, then you apply, submit the application with the State Board of Accountancy, whichever state you have chosen for. Submit the payment of fees for exam. And there is something called as notice to schedule, also called as NTS. Once you get NTS, is like your passport to appear for the exam or apply or schedule the exam. Once you get the NTS, your administrative headache is over, except for going in a Prometric center and excuse me, appearing for the examination. But up to NTS, once you get the NTS, that's it. No further questions would be asked and you can start your preparation. In fact, before even you apply, you should start your preparation for CPA exams. Now, after you receive the NTS, you have to start preparing. Create your study plan and study with Becker. Schedule your exam with Prometric. Sit for and pass the CPA exam. Take the ethics exam where applicable. I think 2 or 3 states, after you clear the CPA exam, and if you want to go for licensing, then you have to take the ethics exam. States of Colorado, states of, I think, Texas, some states, I don't recollect all the states, but some states need you to take an ethics exam, which is an open book exam. They will provide you with all the course material. That's one booklet. And you have to, sitting at home, you can take the ethics exam. Obtain the work experience and earn your CPA designation. After you submit, after you pass the exam, provide them with all the documentation that is necessary for licensing, you get the CPA designation. Now you can be a licensed CPA or a non-licensed CPA. We don't want to get into that, but you can be if you want to practice like a practicing chartered accountant, then you have to take a license in the US. You want to do an audit or sign balance sheets, etc., then you need to be a licensee. Okay. Exam structure by section. 4 subjects, auditing and attestation, 72 MCQs, 8 test-based simulation, which is like reading comprehension exams, fill in the blanks exam, match the following exams, but a little bit more advanced. You might have to write a paragraph about a report to the, as an auditor to the company board, about a specific paragraph in an audit report, so on and so forth. So test-based exams are a case study which will be provided to you and you have to respond to that case study. 36 MCQs, 2 sections, and 3 sections of simulations, test-based simulations. So 72 MCQs and 8 TBS in auditing. Business environment and concepts, 62 MCQs, 4 TBS, and 3 written communication. So business environment, you also have to write something. Okay. MCQs, TBS, written communication. You might be told to write your understanding about a pricing strategy, for example. You might be told to comment on the variances that are coming out of financial statements. You might have to talk about, write something about a report on the impact of a particular business decision on the company. So kind of things. Okay. Then financial account, which is the core subject, financial accounting and reporting. There are 66 MCQs, 8 TBS, mostly mathematical subject. So you need to prepare yourself. You need to, there are sometimes time is of essence over here. In all these subjects, you need to speed up your reading abilities, your comprehending abilities, and your responding abilities. And fourth, most important, your keyboard abilities. Your skill to navigate on the keyboard is also of paramount importance when it comes to examination. You should be able to quickly navigate without using a mouse or using a mouse, whatever suits you. But it has to be every second that you save is going to help you in solving one additional question. Okay. So 33 MCQs, 2 sets, and 233 test-based simulations. Regulation, purely theory. There are a little bit of mathematics in terms of computing the income, etc., computing capital gains, etc. But purely law, completely associated with the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, the Income Tax Act, what we call it here is income tax, the taxation, federal taxation, etc. Property taxation, all of these things would be covered in regulation. Filing of return, W2, 1066, 1099, and so on and so forth. All of those things would be learned in regulation. Now, this is also core subject. Many times, the most under, what do you call, taken for granted subject is auditing from India, I'm saying. Many students think that auditing is a cakewalk, but many a time, most of the students actually miss on auditing and attestation. They have to repeat it. Auditing, although it's pretty straightforward, but it is deep knowledge. Okay, it's not a superficial understanding about how do I do cash auditing and how do I do some other auditing. Auditing, you need to have a synopsis of all the other subjects also, and plus auditing technology, techniques, methods, statistics also, economics also. So all these things summarized is auditing. So don't take auditing for granted. Devote the time, effort, energy that it deserves. Okay. So all subjects deserve good energy. It's not a simple course. You need commitment, dedication, and sincerity, consistency. Okay, these three are the main pillars to succeed. Practice, practice, practice. Consistency in preparing, planning, and executing your plans. Current version of Uniform CPA exam, higher order cognitive skills, professional and ethical responsibilities, professional skepticism. We are going to talk about professional skepticism in great detail in auditing. Okay, what is professional skepticism and how, what are the dimensions of it in great detail. Effective communication skills, business environment and process. Business environment and process is nothing but statistics, costing, all these subjects, economics, all these subjects combined into one subject called as costing, technology included in that. Okay, so these are 5 core areas which are going to be used for testing candidates. Okay, skill level, these are the 4 skills that you are supposed to have. Remembering and understanding some questions need a good perception and comprehension and significance, comprehension of the significance of the area, utilizing knowledge gained. Okay, you need to, for example, in regulation, you need quite a few things. You need to remember them. If I have to talk about W2, what are the components of W2? If I have to talk about comprehensive income, what are the components of comprehensive income? So on and so forth. So some aspects you have to remember, you need to understand. Second stage is application. Now, I understand W2. I know which forms to use. Now I should know which box to fill with what. No, that is nothing but application. The use or demonstration of knowledge, concepts, or techniques. Analysis, I have a financial statement. I understand the components. I know how to apply. Now I do need to understand how do I correlate items within those financial statements. How do I connect, understand the leverages, for example, or the gearing, for example, or the capital gearing ratios, or the movement between profitability and turnover, so on and so turnover ratios, I'm saying. So you need to have proper analysis of all those things. Okay, in regulation, you will need a lot of things from that point of view. In auditing also, you will need those things. And in FAR also, you will need a good amount of analysis. Evaluation, the examination or assessment of problems and use of judgment to draw conclusion. Typically, it's going to be used in only one subject. We'll talk about it. So auditing. So this is 30 to 40 would be remembering and understanding, application 30 to 40, analysis 15 to 25, and evaluation. You will be given a kind of a case study and you should be able to evaluate whether right or wrong, or what is your opinion on the financial statements, or given a scenario, would you issue an audit report, so on and so forth. There would be different dimensions. You should be able to evaluate those and provide your opinion. So that's opinion making process. BC 15 to 25, remembering, understanding, application 50 to 60, and analysis 20 to 30. For FAR, remembering, understanding 20%, application 60, analysis 25 to sorry, 30%, 35%. Regulation again 25, 35, 35, 45, 25, 35. Remembering, application, analysis. Okay. But when you start preparing for the examination, I mean, you will not be able to comprehend that right now. But when you start preparing from the Becker study material, every question there would be, they will provide you with what is this question actually testing your knowledge on, whether it is remembering, understanding, whether it is application, analysis, evaluation, or one or two of this, or all of this. So while solving those questions itself, you will have, you will start registering all those things when you are preparing actually. Okay. Content, question content. So these are subjects and these are some of the key topics actually. Okay. In auditing, these are the key topics: professional responsibilities, ethics, and general principles, which will cover almost 15 to 25%. Assessing risk and developing a planned response, which will cover 20 to 30%. Performing further procedures and obtaining evidence will cover 30 to 40%. Forming conclusions and reporting will cover 15 to 25%. Then FAR, standard setting, conceptual framework, financial reporting. We'll talk almost one full day would be on conceptual framework, the components of conceptual framework, the components of financial reporting, the dimensions of financial reporting. Okay, all of this will be 25 to 35%. We'll spend good amount of time. We'll talk about financial statement accounts. Each and every component in the financial statements will be covered very comprehensively. How to do the measurement, how to do the valuation, how to do the disclosure, so on and so forth. All the dimensions relating to and the definitions also for each component, 30 to 40%. And we'll talk about some specific transactions, special transactions that will cover maybe bonds, long-term bonds, hybrid instruments, financial instruments, so on and so forth. So we'll look at some specific transactions which are of different nature and which need good attention, which will cover 20 to 30%. We'll talk about local and state governments accounting, because normal public companies and government companies, there is a different, fund-based accounting is what is followed in local and state governments. There is a specific government gap also, okay, which we will study in great detail, which will cover 5 to 15% of the syllabus in FAR. BC, business environment and concept, corporate governance will cover 70 to 27%. Economic concepts and analysis will cover 17 to 27%. Financial management, 11 to 21%. Information technology, which is a recent addition, but a welcome addition, 15 to 25%. Operations management is a very recent addition, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. Operations management was included, which is 15 to 20%, 25%. We'll talk about PERT, CPM, queuing techniques, and a few statistical tools in BC. Regulation, professional responsibilities, ethics, and federal tax procedures. That will cover 10 to 20% of the syllabus. Now, regulation would be a topic or a subject which will be completely different for most of the Indian students. Everything would be completely new. There is no parallel whatsoever between Indian laws, or I mean, there will be some parallel, but just ignore there is no resemblance actually. There would be some principle based things that are common, but otherwise US tax is form based, US laws are form based, and we'll understand what that form based versus principle based means. But it's a very different subject altogether, and you need to focus good amount of attention and effort in learning regulation. Okay, so professional responsibilities, ethics, and federal tax procedures, business laws, 10 to 20%. We'll talk about that, what is called as corporate taxation. Then property taxation, federal taxation. Now, we are not going to study state by state taxation. We are going to look only at the federal taxation because every state also have different tax regimes. Okay. But from an academic point of view, we are going to look only at federal taxation. What we call in India as capital gains or capital losses is called as property transaction federal taxation in US, 12 to 22%. Individual federal taxation, which is income tax here in India, is 15 to 25%. And entity federal taxation will be 28 to 38%. Business law typically Sarbanes-Oxley Act, there are what do you call Securities Exchange Act, and a few other acts also, laws also, which govern most of the corporates in the US. We'll talk about that in business laws. Okay. Okay. Now this is a blueprint. Now, before you start your CPA preparation, etc., you have to go to the AICPA website and download the exam blueprint. Every year they will publish the exam blueprint. It's like a handbook, and they will tell you as to each topic would be analyzed, or what do you call, what is that AICPA would be testing candidates for. Nature and specific scope of audit engagements, more focused on remembering and understanding, so on and so forth. So it's a comprehensive blueprint about how you should prepare and go about in your examination. That blueprint is also very vital. Now, when you start preparing with EduChristian and Becker, I think this blueprint will be automatically followed. I mean, it will be naturally followed without even thinking about it. The CPA, the Becker course also would be in the same manner. Okay, so this is just for your understanding. So you should download that blueprint today itself and take a deep look, cover to cover, learn it. Learn in the sense, go through it. Exam timeline. We apply. The NTS typically takes 6 months. You start preparing after you are done with your application submission of documents. All the administrative activities are done with. You should focus all your energies on preparation for the exam, planning for the exam. Okay. So if you pass any one subject, you apply for the exam and you pass any subject, then you have only 18 months to complete the balance 3 subjects. If you are unable to do the 3 subjects in that given time frame of 18 months, you have to again reapply and appear for 4 subjects again. So AICPA, I mean, this is a course which has a deadline inbuilt. So you have 24 months to complete the course. After passing the first exam, 18 months. But from a professional point of view, from a career acceleration point of view, you should ensure that you leave no stone unturned to make sure that you complete the CPA exam within 15 months. 18 months max, 3 months are bonus. And you should, because your earning also will start immediately after you start, you become a CPA. Okay. So the application can take 2 to 4 weeks to process. Start studying even before you receive your NTS. You may not repeat a part in the same testing window. Okay. So if somebody fails in the June, July quarter, maybe, then he will have to apply in the next quarter, next testing window. Okay. He cannot appear for the same subject, same exam in the same testing window. Okay. Once you pass the first part, you have 18 months to complete the remaining sections. Testing window expanded to include first 10 days of the blackout month. Okay. And continuous testing window will start in India from January 2021. Now, this is a great news. And of course, you all might be aware of this, that CPA has started continuous testing in India also since last year. And now it will be for people who are aspiring to take their career to different levels, but we are not able to, for whatever financial reasons, logistical reasons, whatever reasons, they were not able to travel out of India. Now they are able to do CPA here in India, which is a great thing to happen. Okay. So we have to take advantage of this and get ourselves certified as early as possible. Multi-stage testing window. Now this is just a logical diagram. You will not be able to understand when during the exam flow, but they start with a medium testlet, medium difficulty level. Okay. If someone has performed very well, he will get testless 2B would be much more difficult. If someone has given a weaker performance, then he will have to go with test plate. We will get a medium. But from an exam point of view, happens automatically. You will not get to know whether it's a difficult one or a medium one. Someone who has prepared very well, even difficult ones would appear to be simple. Okay. And someone who has not prepared, even simple would appear difficult. So we have to prepare ourselves, and any question that comes our way, we have to answer with full confidence. Okay. Break rule. There are 4 breaks that are allowed. Typically, most of the students take just 1 break after the first TBS is done. The break timing is counted as a part of your exam time. So you have to use good due diligence about this strategic breaks. Okay. So optional break clock runs, optional break clock runs. Okay. After the first TBS, only the clock will stop. Okay. For that time. And then you can again resume with your test leads. Okay. So this is a simulation. I mean, this is now the real exam kind of screen, okay, where they have given a simulation and you have to, so reading comprehension, they will provide you with a case study with a lot of information, with a lot of numbers, and you have to comprehend that case study and answer the questions that follow. Okay. The types of questions that you will encounter: long questions, short answers, long questions, long answers, short questions, long answers, short questions, short answers, question and very similar answers. Okay. So these are the types of things that you will encounter in the examination. So this is a typical simulation. They will have a lot of information. Now, one skill that you need to, you might already have, but if not, you need to learn is reading very fast, comprehending very fast, and taking note as you are reading or comprehending. All these things should happen simultaneously. That will be very helpful to you when you are going through long questions, long answers, and especially in the TBS, because time is of essence. If you are able to save good amount of time, okay, and do not waste time in reading it and rereading it and rereading it. Many a times what happens is students do a first reading and they don't understand, they do a second reading and then they don't understand, then they do a third reading and then they start guessing, which is not very right. You should read it very, maybe read a bit slowly, but do not waste time in rereading. Okay, if necessary, you may, but I'm saying read it so well that you have also taken the notes on the side and you are comprehending it very well. So that reading comprehension skills are a must for CPA examination, and start developing those time bound solving questions. Okay, is the way to go about it. Read as much as possible, read as fast as possible. There is a myth or misnomer, I would say, that if you read slowly you understand better, and if you read fast you don't understand better. Now that's not true. In fact, it's exactly the other way around. If you read fast, you understand better, you understand faster. So make sure that you get those skills also, you build those skills as well as you go along in the CPA exams. This is again a long financial statement that they would have provided, and questions, research-based simulations. Now, this is a typical question for those who have prepared very well. Now, this is all Google skills. Okay, how do you search a string? How do you search a sentence? How do you search a word? How do you join two strings? Okay, how do you exclude something from the searches? Now, if you are aware of those Google searches, okay, you will find this to be a cakewalk. But those who are not, okay, it will take some fine time. So research-based simulation is something you will have to do. They will give a question. Okay, they have given a case study, and you have to write the FASB, FASB, ASC. Okay, the typical, that is the code. For example, section, subsection, paragraph, line number, or whatever. Now you have to find that exact line or paragraph and put it over here. Now, if you're able to do that search very efficiently and effectively, you will be able to do it in 30 seconds. But for some who are not equipped with those skills of searching, etc., or handling Google, not Google per se, but this like very similar to Google, then they will find it difficult. You have to go through, you have to keep scrolling through multiple documents. Okay, those documents are provided as a part of the simulation case study. 30 seconds or 30 minutes. Even 30 minutes may not be sufficient if somebody is not prepared. Exam pass rates, very, very critical. 50 plus pass rates, so which is a good news. Okay. So 50% of you, or you are 50% passed. Take it back. But there is, the bad news is the percentages are pretty low. 50% is not that great. It's only the people who are well prepared, who have planned well, who have studied very well, would be in the passing percentages. So FAR, as you see, 53% only, and BEC, most of the students find BEC to be a pretty simple topic, so subject, and most of the students actually pass in the first attempt itself. But the two subjects which are FAR and auditing deserve more attention, deserves more commitment, more sincerity, more preparation, more hard work, okay, than the other subjects. Regulation being a new subject, I think most of the people, most of the students prepare very well. And again, since it's a form based, I think there is a little bit of not, I wouldn't say common sense, but uh, you comprehend if regulation pretty well. Auditing, as I said, taken for granted subject most by in India. Don't take it for granted. Give it the attention that it deserves. Okay, but students who prepare with Baker pass at double the rate of non-Baker candidates. Okay, which is a very good news. But I hope that's why you are here. We want to prepare and we want to pass. So that's the whole agenda. Make sure that you prepare so well and prepare with the best, which is Baker and EduPristine, that you clear the exams in first attempt itself. You should not repeat the exam at all, come what may. So for that, you need to sacrifice. For that, you need to make sure that you are not spending your time in futile activities, the WhatsApp and the Facebooks and the Instas of the world. Make sure that you focus all your energies, all your attention, all your mind in the deep work that is necessary for clearing the CPA exams. Okay, I'm saying deep work, not just superficial work. It needs deep work. Once you sit in one place, you get used to at least 4 hours of studying at a stretch. And daily preparation is the key. Daily MCQ solving is the key. Daily reading is the key. Daily writing, taking notes is the key. Snatching your most expensive resource, that is time, from your daily schedules is the key. Stealing time from your daily schedules is the key. I get 5 minutes, I will make sure that I will use those 5 minutes very well in reading at least 5 notes that I have created. Maybe comprehensive income. What are the 9, 10, 11 components of comprehensive income? What is it that is necessary for property taxation? What are the components on W2? I would create my own notes, small notes which are handy, which I keep in my pocket. Wherever I go, I am at a signal, I just pick out one note, read it, keep it. Khatam, 1 minute, half minute, that's it. So steal time from your busy schedules. Make sure that you study for good hours with deep focus, deep work, not superficial work. Read to understand, read to learn. Okay, solve as much as possible. Solve the MCQs as many as possible, Solve the same MCQs as many times as possible, and that is what will help you and take you to the finishing line. Okay. Why Baker? Double the pass rate. They have been in the business for last 60 plus years. Over 1 million students have studied with Baker. Okay. Since 2005, 90% of all What Sells Awards winners have prepared with Baker. Find out what Sells Awards is. I mean, they are for the elite class, elite students. Okay. Who are the best performing. So 90% of those awards going to Baker students is itself a validation about what Baker stands for. Okay. About the contents of Baker course, about the quality of the course that is provided by Baker. So for past 5 decades, I mean, you won't find any organization standing so tall, okay, and with such stupendous success rates for so many years. Okay, so Baker has been there for almost 5-6 decades now, and over 1 million candidates have prepared using Baker. More than 2,000 organizations trust Baker, including the Big Four and the top one. That covers the entire finance profession, my friends. Okay. Local live classes and support through international partnerships. So which in India, it's EduPristine, okay, the gold partners for CPA with Baker. Complete CPA review course focused on your success. This is 4 textbooks, fantastic textbooks. Software, the platform is awesome. You have a sequence, you have a study planner, so on and so on. You'll go through that in great detail when you start looking at it. Okay, study anytime, anywhere using internet connected device or download and work offline. Expert instruction and unlimited academic support. Comprehensive textbooks and ebooks. Interactive study planner. So the whole essence of CPA is plan well, execute well. Plan well, execute well. So they have the tool for you to plan. Now it's up to you whether you stick to the plan or deviate from the plan. A positive deviation would be great, but a negative deviation would not be appreciated. Okay, by you yourself, nobody else. Okay, Baker software with resources that replicate the content and functionality of the CPA exam. So what you are going to see in the CPA exam would be exactly replicated on the Baker software, on the Baker platform. So there are no surprises at all. Similar questions, MCQs, multiple choice, simulations, okay, and plus there are good 2 final exams per paper, per part, so which is terrific. So you are going to be ahead of others in preparation, subject to sticking to the plan. Okay, interactive study planner. This is the study planner. So on 21st August, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. On 22nd, I'm going to do this. 27th, I'm going to do this. Whatever, you can prepare and maybe you should stick to it. You'll get a pop-up, etc. But the whole fun in having a pudding is to have eating it, right? Not just looking at it. So you prepare yourself and experience the amplified benefit that you would get by being a CPA. Okay. This is a screen from the Baker software. Okay. Sections M1, M2, M3. Okay. Simulations. First topic is standards and conceptual framework, pre-assessment. Now you can look at the lectures. After going through the lectures, you can go through the skill practice, and then you can go through the MCQs. Okay. So this is a very organic path that they have carved out for you. Go through the lectures, skill practice, try to see what you have understood. And once you realize, once you are done with that, start answering the MCQs, just like the way they will be in the exams. Okay, this is a lecture that is going on. It's and one of the best faculties across the globe would be doing the lecturing. I mean, on the videos on the Baker platform. Okay, not the live classes. Live classes would be sessions which are live taken by faculty here in India. But even on Baker platform, you will have all the lectures. They would be in summarized form maybe, but of best quality. Okay, and you can keep listening to it many times also. So no worries. This is a typical MCQ. Now over here, as I mentioned earlier, I guess. Yeah. So here, this question is on what is the skill level that is being tested, remembering and understanding. Now, how many times have you attempted this question? How many times you have succeeded? How many times you have not succeeded? What is the average time taken? So on, and all these things would be provided to you. How many times was it incorrect? How many times was it correct? Now you have all this information. Now, how you use that information is up to you. Just keep repeating. Success repeats itself. You have to just keep leveraging that success again and again. Okay. Now that's what this entire Baker platform is all about. Exactly like the exam, the mock exam. Okay. Take a break or not take a break, continue. And after the second test late, the clock will pause for 15 minutes. Okay. Then do it. So this is exactly the way the exam will look when you go in a Prometric center. Get used to, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have good navigational skills on the computer using the calculator, online calculator. Many a times, I mean, in India, it has never happened, but you take a 6-function calculator. Sometimes it is allowed, sometimes it's not allowed. In India, it has been allowed. I mean, in Dubai and all other places, it has been allowed. But you get used to this also. If at all it is not allowed, or if the computer calculator malfunctions, now you should be able to navigate on this calculator also very efficiently, very fast. Okay, so make yourself accustomed to using the online tools also as much as possible. Flashcards, these are additional products. If you want, you can purchase them. Over 1,000 flashcards in portable format for learning anywhere, anytime. Available in traditional or mobile formats, iOS, Android, and Kindle. Okay. Final review, comprehensive last minute preparation for first time exam takers and anyone retaking an exam section. Includes new video lectures, multiple choice, simulations, and available in live study formats. Okay. Supplemental for those who want to add more questions for preparation. They are available in groups of 50 for 15 exam topics. About EduPristine, EduPristine is a member of Adtalem Global Education, a global education provider headquartered in the United States. Adtalem is a $3 billion company having 9 institutions and companies with 16,000 employees spread across 145 locations. Adtalem takes pride in training 142,000 degree-seeking students all over the world, which is a massive number, mind you. And EduPristine is India's leading training providers in accounting and finance. Nobody comes anywhere closer to EduPristine when it comes to training for accounting and finance, CPA or CMA. Founded in 2008, EduPristine has a strong online and classroom training platform. Large alumni of 50,000 plus students, 6 cities in India, and a faculty pool of 600 industry experts, not just ordinary people or just pass out students qualified. They are industry experts in their respective fields, and soft skill training and 100% job assistance. Okay, this is a soft skill training module. So as a part of upskilling or making sure that the students are ready for the industry, ready to crack any job interviews, we provide you with a very comprehensive soft skill training to help you understand or help you in getting proficiency in communication skills, proficiency in speaking with fair degree of confidence, preparedness, and clarity in presentations, self-awareness of strengths and areas of management, areas of improvement, ability to understand the intent of communication within self, communicate one's thoughts with clarity, openness, and reason, understand the impact one has on others, skills, presentation, feedback, and inquiry, critical questions. So you will get to learn all these things also as a part of not just the CPA technical training, but also the soft skill training, which is also equally important for students who are just getting into the industry or who are. So we need to make sure that we prepare the students to face the industry and be very confident when they get into the real world. Okay. EduPristine course guidelines and support, guidance and support. You can view the course structure, the course schedule, details of the upcoming sessions, the required study material, and the recorded lectures from the attended sessions on the LMS. In case if you have any doubt during the course, you can please raise a query on our forum, and a course expert will answer your query within 24 business hours. Get frequent seminar and webinar updates during and after the course. In case you face any kind of difficulty with respect to faculty, content, admin, or any other issue, maybe a toilet not clean, for example, you have to raise it and it will be addressed very quickly. Faculty going too fast, raise it and it will be addressed very quickly. Many a times, most of the queries are addressed in real time. Okay, so and these queries are taken with utmost seriousness and sincerity when it comes to making sure that the students are at ease, students are comfortable, students are in the right frame of mind. Okay, so this query and this platform, this forum, I think is very important, and it also is an opportunity for the faculties to make sure that they are always on their toes. They come prepared. They don't just come and do a rattabaji, which will not be taken, which will be taken very seriously. So most of the faculties, as we mentioned, 600 plus, I think they are seasoned through the process, and they are now doing extremely well for the students, and students are also appreciating because of the feedback that we have been getting from the students. So an average CPA rating for a faculty would be 4.66 on scale of 5, which is enormously high. Every session is recorded. Every session the students are supposed to give a feedback, which is the hallmark of this entire EduPristine way of doing things. Okay, faculty are topic experts and specialized in their area. So if you are doing a CPA course, you will not have a non-CPA guy coming and teaching you, except for the soft skill training. But all the technical subjects, FAR, BC, etc., a CPA would only be taking your sessions, nobody else. So they are experienced and certified professionals. There are regular feedbacks are taken to reflect faculty performance, which I just mentioned, which are taken with utmost sincerity. And take a word take it from me, the feedback about faculties are taken with extreme level of seriousness. Okay, that's why the quality of faculty also is supremely high in EduPristine vis-a-vis most of the other institutions. Placement assistance, I think we will help you in will help you in resume building with interview preparation, placement leads. So we'll help you refine and publish your CV. Now, CV is the first stage of representing yourself in front of others who have not seen you. So a CV should stand out vis-a-vis others. So make sure that your CV is very well polished, extremely well defined, okay, so that it stands out. Even if a candidate may not be good, a CV can make a lot of difference. Okay. Interview preparation, we prepare you to ace and the technical interview, Q&A, and extensive mock interviews. Placement leads, by virtue of being in this education sector, many of our students are in the industry. So they keep coming up with requirements. Many of the corporates reach out to us and they tell about the opportunities which are available to students, and those are passed on very promptly to students. Okay. So we give you unlimited access to our private and public leads and references on our placement portal. So make sure that you use all these resources very effectively, very efficiently to your good, for your own good. So Becker, learn with the best. And I would not like to overemphasize what Becker stands for, but I think for last 25 years that I have been in the industry, 5 years before I qualified also, I was a finance student. But for last 20 years in the industry, I think the only name that I have heard and that name keeps on echoing is Becker when it comes to finance education. CPA and CMA, there is nothing else better than Becker. Okay, so the most trusted name in CPA exam review, and certainly will make a difference. I think the world needs us. We just have to prepare ourselves to get the best, to give the best, to provide the best. Okay, so that's all from me. Let me take a few questions. What are the questions? Okay, what is the documentation required for admission? How to get transcript? How to get transcript? You have to apply in the transcript. Now most of the universities actually have gone online, and you can directly apply for transcripts from the institute. There are forms which are provided by every university. Once you give them the information that they have requested, they will send the transcript to whichever place to whomsoever you want, or you can pick them up and FedEx it to the AICPA. So now most of the universities, actually what I have heard is the transcript would also be printed on the mark sheet. I think in Pune University they have started doing this, or they are exploring at least, that students have to go through a lot of difficulty in getting the transcript, and it takes enormously long period of time. In some universities it's still true, it takes its own time, maybe 1 month, 2 months, but quite a few universities are taking cognizance of this fact, and they are doing a lot of good things as far as making the transcripts available. Pune University, at least to the best of my knowledge, has started or is planning to start from the next academic year issuing transcripts along with the mark sheets. Okay, what is the course fees? I think somebody from EduPristine's not faculty, administrative team will give you a call. They will be able to guide you with what are the total fees, etc. But again, take or leave 3.5 lakhs rupees would be for the entire course, including the EduPristine fees, the Becker fees, etc., the CPA fees, etc. And that should be it. But again, just keep that question open for someone. When someone reaches out to you, they will help you with the right answers. Maybe I'm right now may not be completely updated on the fees section, but around 3.5 lakhs take or leave a few thousand here and there. Does this course helpful for experienced leaders? I have 18 plus years of experience and working for global bank. How much time do I dedicate for preparation of CPA exams? Again, it is for everyone. It is for everyone. I don't know what your qualifications are, but irrespective of that, CPA course would be extremely helpful. If you are, if you are working for a global bank, just go to your bank's website and see who are the fund managers and what their qualifications are, and you will get the right answer. Most of the fund managers or investment bankers, or most of the senior management in banks typically would have a CPA, CMA, CFA kind of qualification. So CPA, if you have a CPA, I mean, it will be much more easier for you to climb the corporate ladder than a non-CPA. And most of the organizations, although it is not published anywhere, they do not publish it for whatever reasons. But qualifications play a very significant role in the growth of an employee, of a professional. If somebody is qualified, he will continue in his growth in the organization. But if somebody is not qualified, the growth halts. Although there you will find no mention, irrespective of how skilled you are or how skilled the person is, if you are qualified or you are not qualified, that's a distinction that is made always. So make sure that you get that qualification. If you are a leader, I think that will add a lot of value to your leadership abilities, because qualification, it's a great feeling, right? And people will start automatically, people respect you because you now not only are a leader with experience but also with qualifications, and that is good for your team also. People take inspiration from people who are very well educated also. So education is the game changer. Education, in my opinion, is a life changer. So any qualification for that matter, CPA certainly is a life changer. Okay, it is helpful for experienced leader to submit in EduPristine only. I mean, I think before COVID, for a CMA batch, we had a student who was 58 years old, 57 or 56, 57 years old. He had 2 or 3 years left for his retirement. But he said, I want to gain this qualification because at the time of retirement, I mean, of course, he has put in a lot of efforts in his service, but he would like to get out with a lot of dignity. Okay. And he would like to get himself maybe level 1, level 2 up because of the qualification. But there are people who are doing this course for aspirational reasons also. Okay. So irrespective of where you are on that time scale, okay, this will certainly add value to whatever you are doing. Okay. Does this course helpful for experience? Yeah, it is. I just answered that same question. Sir, for Alaska State, are exams conducted in India? Yes, except California, all exams are conducted in India. Is training provided online or face to face? Both options are available right now. You can either go for the online training or you can go for classroom training. So because of COVID, most of the trainings have moved online. But I think with situation improving rapidly, I think the online classes would also start soon. But as of now, as we stand today, I think it's online courses only, just like the one we are doing right now. But I think in next couple of months, I think the classroom classes sessions will also begin. But both options would continue to be available even then, later also. Total expenses in about 3.5 lakhs is give or take a few thousand here and there. But I think more appropriately, I think you will receive a call about all of these things on the fees also, and you will be able, all your queries would be addressed there. CPA is varied for a state or US or multiple countries. Valid. Okay, CPA is valid for CPA is a qualification that would be valid for that particular state from where you are doing or where you are registering. But as far as the CPA qualification is concerned, it is valid across the globe. In India also it is recognized. In Middle East also it is recognized. In Africa it's also recognized. In Canada also it is recognized. So it is valid across. But when it comes to practicing, signing the balance sheet financial statements of a company by way of auditing, I think you have to be a resident in the US, and it will be, you can be an auditor over there. But other countries, you can work, you can be a auditor, you can do whatever things that otherwise you would do as a CPA. Okay, so it's valid everywhere. Is CPA really a value addition after completing CA course, in the sense that it requires approximately 1.5 to 2 years of time? Is there any internship requirement? No, there is no internship requirement. As I mentioned earlier, once you have the requisite qualifications, just like we mentioned earlier, BCom, you don't have to go through any internship. If you have education, if you are a experienced leader, then it's almost like a simple path towards it's a gateway for you to get that qualification. Now, is it good for CPA? Is it really a valuable qualification for a CA? From my own personal experience, I mean, there may be a little bit of diverse opinions, but for me personally, it has been a game changer. I was a chartered accountant. I did my CPA, and actually across the globe, opportunities open for me. I mean, I was just it was difficult for me to consider which opportunity to take because all the opportunities were equally good. I got to travel to multiple countries, multiple states, US, Italy, UAE, Saudi, all these places I was able to go. Of course, CA was great. CA I had, but the real reason for opening the doors across India, I think CPA played a very, very vital role. Otherwise, I would not have got the kind of opportunity that I had during my career. Again, second thing that I would say is I got the liberty to quit my active corporate life pretty early. I mean, I retired actually, if I have to tell you, I retired at the age of 36. I am a freelancer now. I keep visiting, I keep traveling, and I keep giving consulting. And I have the liberty to do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do. I can pause, I can do. So that liberty I have been able to get because of the experience and most importantly, because of the qualification that I command. Now, CPA will give you that it's an amplifier, it's an accelerator, it's a controller. You will be able to take your career to different directions. Only thing is you need to know where you want to go. You need to identify your destination and it will help you to go reach that destination. It's a tool. Don't take it that now the value of any item is only after you use it, right? I have a mobile phone, but I don't use it. What's the value of it? The value will only be known if you use it. Okay. So, to the again, my personal opinion, it's of immense benefit to most of the students. It will be helpful to you also. So, make sure that you go for it. Okay. And it will be very 10, 15 years later down the line, you will realize the real value that you would have gained by being a CPA as well. Okay. So, there is no internship. But 1.5, 2 years, I think is not a big amount of time. I think any course you go for an MBA, it takes 3-4 years. Yeah? Vis-a-vis CPA, 1.5, 2 years. I did my CPA within a year. Okay, there are students who have completed CPA course within a year also. So you accelerate. If it's going to be an accelerator for me, it's going to be a game changer, life changer for me. I will ensure that I finish it as fast as possible. I had sacrificed everything else and focused only on CPA, and that's why I got the kind of opportunity that I got. Maybe I was lucky, fair enough, but I had something to show that yes, I am lucky, but I also have this. Okay, come in. So people will embrace you only if you have something. Without it, how do you go? How do you explain? Right? So it will certainly be a game changer. 1.5 years, 2 years of committed, dedicated time is reasonable. In fact, much lesser than what other courses actually demand. So go for it. Is my suggestion. So for practice, it's valid in state where we register. It's valid in the state in which you register. It's valid in the United States of America. Only outside America, you need to be a member of the accounting body for that country. You cannot become a CPA and come and practice in India, okay, as auditor, because Indian auditing is regulated by the ICAI, Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So you need to be a member of that body to do the auditing of those entities present in India. Okay, but you can work globally. You can work globally across the globe, in India too, in US too, in Canada too, in Saudi Arabia too, in Middle East too, in Africa too, wherever you want to. If you have an opportunity, grab it with both the hands. Make sure that you have that net in your hand, okay, to keep fishing around. Okay, take opportunity, grab it, exploit it, explore it. Okay. Yes. If I'm a practicing CA in India, then how would CPA play a role? You get international opportunities. I know a friend of mine who is a CA who was with Infi. He did his CPA in the US. He started an outsourcing unit, and I think he's filing what, several thousand tax returns in the US, several thousand tax returns in the US, and he has a big center here in India. in I think Bangalore or in Mysore, I guess. Now, opportunities, again, as I said, I mean, it's a tool. You should be able to decide how to use, how do you use it. If you are a practicing CA in India, and if you have a CPA, certainly people, your kind of opportunities that might open up for you would be very different. You would be invited by US multinational corporations also, right? Even for their tax employees based out of US. If you have a CPA, you will be able to do the filing of all those employees in US MNCs sitting here in India. That's a possibility. Tax work. I remember when I was in the US working for Tech Mahindra, actually, all our taxation activities, state taxes in the US, 30 states we had operations in, and all those were outsourced in here in India to entity in India. One of the CPAs was doing here in India. He was a CA plus CPA. Now, he got those opportunities because two reasons. He was a CA. Second was he was a CPA. So exploit those tools to your advantage. Just carrying that badge of CPA will not help you, but making sure that you make it work for you will only help. On its own, it is not going to be useful. But how do you leverage it is your ability. So many CPAs plus CAs in India are getting a lot of work. I remember a friend of mine who had done ACCA, not ACCA, UK ICAW. He's also CA and he's also ICAW. He has an outsourcing unit here in India, in Pune. He is doing tax returns, corporate taxation, legal advisory, setting up businesses in UK for Indian entities. All these activities are being done sitting here in Pune. So how do we leverage the assets that we have is something that we need to think about. So if you are a practicing CA, it will certainly add a lot of value to what you are doing, provided you know how to leverage it. Okay. क्या बोलते हैं वो सिर्फ if you just keep that CPA certificate hanging on the wall may not be of good benefit. But if you connect with people, right set of people, now there are so many avenues that are available for people to exploit, be it LinkedIn or be it various other forums. I think there are so many freelancing websites. There are CPA, there are people who want to outsource a lot of work, small entities, and they keep looking for CPAs. Just go to I forgot the website name, freelancing website on for outsourcing accounting work from US, and you will see hundreds and thousands of posting. Okay, so here sitting here in India, I think that will also be beneficial. And if you want to migrate to US, if you have a visa and all, great. There is a lot of opportunity in the US also. But getting a visa is that difficult thing that most of the people find. But it certainly would be a great value addition to what you are doing, and it will certainly add more work to your portfolio. I hope I answered you. All right, guys. Any other questions? Any other questions? Sorry, we just overshot on timing. So thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate your time and spending a weekend evening on listening to me. Greatly appreciate, and take the right decision. If you have any, you will receive a call from EduPriskin also, or if you have any questions, even further questions, feel free to reach out to EduPriskin. There is the helpline number 1800 258 35. Just give a call to them, and they will be more than happy. Our staff, counseling staff, will be able to help you in whatever questions you might have. So thank you very much, and wish you all the best, and be safe, stay safe, and keep others safe as well. Ciao, I'm stopping the sharing, and I'll stop the meeting as well. Thank you.